Good morning, Lori Lee. Good morning, good morning. Getting these things. There we go. All right, so let's get started. Let me make sure I got audio too. Yep, okay. All right, so let's jump over here to our scanners. This morning, I woke up and I was looking around and I saw GTBP pop and I was like, oh my goodness, well, this is good. Last week was a dreadful week for small caps. Mostly I blame it on GameStop and AMC popping up and ruining everything. But AMC and GameStop have kind of chilled out now. And this morning we do have some small caps. So I'm liking what I'm seeing on the start of the week. GTBP. We also have another one that looks like OSG. Then we have another one called EH. And I don't think I usually trade Yang. I think that's some kind of inverse. So, but it has the smaller shares. That's what I'm looking at right here, the shares. Let me categorize by shares here. Okay, so yeah, those are pretty much our biggest movers too. Up 133% on GTBP. My mic low is my mic volume is low again. Got you. Let's see what we got here. Testing. Let's turn this thing up. Testing, and let me increase some of this stuff. Save that. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. I want to raise the decibels. Testing. 1, 2. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right. So we have added additional gain to this mic. And I hope that's a little bit better, maybe. Should be a little bit better. Let me know if it's a little bit better now. What else? So what I was going over was GB or GTBP, OSG. Let's see, EH, and we need to look at the catalyst for these. So let's go ahead and flip over here and get to these catalysts. We'll start with GTBP. Let's see what we got here. All right, so GT Biopharma reports first quarter 2024 financial results and provides corporate update. So that was 4 days ago. They also did their earnings report on March 26th, and they did their a 1-for-30 reverse stock split on February 1st. Okay, so they don't have any news like this week, but they had news in the past. And we'll kind of see what that does on today. It had quite a bit of a pre-market move, but from $3 all the way up to like 8 something. Let's look at the next one, and I'll throw that one up there so we can check out the charts too. The next one is MTC. It's a little bit higher float, but let's just check its news real quick. All right, let's see. So MTech announces a pause on financing activities in the next 6 months. That was on May 8th. So it doesn't have any real recent news either. We're just going to kind of see what has the most recent news and what has the best recent news. So next one is OSG, which is looking like a little bit of a small cap. Overseas Shipholding Group. So it had news an hour ago. Overseas Ship Holding Group enters a definitive agreement to be acquired by Salt Chuck. Salt Chuck, okay. Interesting. It has news on the day. We'll look at that shortly. Um, and for the rest of these, they're not really up a whole lot, but I do see some under the $5 that are moving down there. FFIE with 109 million shares traded. Under that, NKGN and Tupperware, I guess that is. So I'll throw those up there so we can check out why they're up. Okay. So we got 5 stocks to kind of look over. Let's see, TUP, Tupperware. Let me actually, I don't know if y'all can hear a little bit better with that mic adjustment. Let me go and test this in my own ears. Monitor. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Good morning, Donnell. Hopefully y'all can hear me pretty good. I can hear myself. I'm testing right now. If I need to add some more, I can. Okay. All right, back over here. So we got Tupperware. Press releases on the day for TUP. It's up 10%. Last news on April 23rd. New Tupperware Wow Pow popcorn maker and ultimate silicone bags win international red dot awards. Okay, so I don't know if that's I don't know if that's gonna kill the game today though. And it is now going under 10%. So I'm going to go ahead and get that one off. If it comes back up, it doesn't really have a reason, but we'll see. OSG, or actually FFIE was the next one. We looked at these over $5. Faraday, Mike D was trading this one heavy, or not trading this one heavy, but he was in early on this one. Last news was 2 days ago. Faraday Future announces fourth quarter and full year 2023 earnings webcast timing. So, okay, they'll be reporting. I don't know when they're going to be reporting, but let's see, May 28th, Tuesday, May 28th. That's the same day that the T1 is supposed to be officially going into effect. I talked to Donnell and he was like, nah, mine's been doing it already. So I don't know. I'm going to have to see. I haven't taken a trade since the Thursday before last. So, I haven't even tested it with one share. I was like, nah, I want to just wait until I see my setup. I'm going to take a good trade and then, we'll see how it goes, right? But let's go ahead and go over to NKGN, which is up 25%. Okay. Okay, let me go and mute my desktop real quick. Stop audio. That news in the past. Okay, I see now. Okay, I hear it now. Okay, that sounds better. A lot better. Okay. Exit that. Yeah, let's get it. So we got, it's 8:11. I have been getting everything good and set. Now, one of the things that I do on Mondays now is I really look for something that can be active throughout the week, especially something that's up big like GTBP. I don't know if Monday is going to be the only day that is going to offer trade opportunities. So I'm definitely going to slap it on the watch list for later on this week. The other thing is, let me go ahead and put that on there while I'm talking about it. GTBP. If any other news pops out on it, I look to play continuation if possible. FFIE and NKGN. We check both of those catalysts, and they're kind of like so. My scans are looking for things with the ATR above 10 cents, pretty much because I want to get 25% of a move, and 10 cents, it's about 3 cents for 25 cents, and 3 cents is just, I'm too greedy for 3 cents. So I need something that's going to give me a bigger range and a bigger probability, or probability for it to make the move that I need. Okay. Let's jump back over. Also, let's check out the SPY. So the SPY has been kind of corralling around 530s. It did it some last week, and now it's back around the 530s this week. And with it being Monday, let's see, it had a little bit of a drop off from 530 down here to 529s. Kind of getting a trend started downwards, but we don't really know. It's Monday, could just reverse and be right back over 530. So we're going to have to kind of take some time to observe and see what it wants to do. Donnell said no T1, my mistake. Okay, cool. I was like, man, he got his access early. Donnell on their VIP treatment. But yeah. Good. All right, well, we still 8 days away. And we'll be able to get that. So next Tuesday. Which really, I mean, with the way that I'm trading now, it won't change much, but it will be good to have that capital back ready to just go, because at this point, I do sometimes take out of the account and pay stuff and use the money if I want to go somewhere or something like that. But, for the most part, I kind of just let it sit, take a win, let it sit. And also, I do a lot of trading in my other account, my dividend account. I actually have my dividends over there, but I also swing with that account. So, I like to keep it separate, because sometimes when I swing, I'm swinging for multiple days. And actually, speaking of swings, let me look over at my VOD. Did it do anything spectacular? Not really. No real volume up here. Took a little dip on Friday, which didn't scare me. I was like, okay, well, whatever. Came back up above the ATR and just needs to break above 984s and really go back towards that $10 is what I was looking for. But yeah, not a lot of volume on this morning. If we look at the level 2, the price 979, we can see much bigger sizes up here building above where the price closed. So somebody is interested above this level, and hopefully they continue to be interested, because I'm like, yo, pay me. Pay me. All right, so back over to GTBP. And also, if you guys are seeing anything else that is popping up that is challenging these ones that we're looking at, definitely drop them in the chat and we'll take a look. But right now, we got 150% mover that may have the probability to go up a lot, or, anything can happen. But we just got to be observant first before we're reactive. OSG, I don't really like that chart. I don't like that at all. Let's go look at GTBP, the larger time frame. Out here on the monthly, we can see it's been getting beat down, and we see this so many times on small caps. A huge beat down stock. Closed at what, 312 yesterday, and now it's trading at over $8 now. So let's put $8 in here. Trading put $8 exactly. So trading there. And then let's see, any other obvious levels up here. Had a pop up here to 990 and then came back to 8. So could do some kind of recurring thing, but that it's already moved quite a bit of ways during the pre-market. So we'll see how it holds. As far as the daily, it's got to put out a new ATR. This gap up is going to change that ATR dramatically. Right now, the ATR is 28 cents. I'm thinking it's going to be probably about 50 cents or higher when it does open. And it is right now pushing up away from that $8. We're seeing the majority of the volume since pre-market is right up here around 8. So a lot of people got active between 8 and 725. And now it's pushing up to the top of the value level. Maybe it'll even move the value level up if they can get some more trading above these levels like 850. MTC. And then the relative volume, I bet it's crazy. 14 million shares trading on GTBP. Maybe it's got to be over 10 at this point. I don't know what the average volume is on the day, but now it's challenging the 850s, going right back up to this high point, almost to 9. And we've seen that before. We saw that on the big time frame, what I was just pointing out. This is the $8, and this previous throw was past the 9, almost to 10, and then snapped back. So we'll see. And it's also got a little level here, but none of these, they're not a lot of body candles here, just wicks. So I kind of like to look at where the body's settled on these stocks. 888. So there's no obvious thing. If I were to place any kind of level here, I don't know if everybody would see it like I see it. So I like more obvious levels. FFIE back under $2, even with all that volume, still up 80%, but already getting choppy during pre-market. But I do kind of like to take into consideration these whole dollar levels, the 8, the 7, the 9. And then once the ATR comes out here, we'll see where that sits on these whole dollar levels. Let's see, we got the 6 down here too. So 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where will it find resistance? Pushing on up there though. Boy, boy, boy. 875's up there, pushing towards that 9. 10 minutes left on this until the open. Very exciting ticker. I know for some retail traders looking that are trading pre-market, but we'll see what it actually entails when everybody gets their hands on it. Right through the 9, little test through the 9. So right now, this is the best looking one. I guess we could look at some, what are the larger caps that are looking strong today as well, because they'll be in the competition too. Dash, not really. SoFi, no, let's look for some things that are up a little bit positive. Gold, Sound, SLV, what is this? Not really exciting. AMD. Okay, so we got Clean Spark. Nope. Not looking super strong. Nvidia, a little bit of a gap up. I don't know. Some of these are gonna have to make their way. I'm not really seeing some super explosive moves from them. XPEV, nope. NCLH, up 4%. Very low volume. HIMS, 1590, but that's a higher float. Speaking of float, let's go look at GTBP's float. Got 7 minutes until the bell. Biotech, Biofarm. All right, so float is 1.19 million. Institutions are heavy on this one. I like it. They must like it, or maybe they're just already in it. Market Watch, TP. Float is 1.24. Shelf registration back from 2022, 2 years ago, so that's out of there. Shares float 1 million. Yeah, so pretty much all the same shares float. And kind of taking a pause break up here above 9 or at 9. So I'm thinking the retest level is going to be around this point of control, maybe a little bit under 8, or it'll come down here and test this 725. But that's going to be a lot of movement down, and it's going to take a little bit of cash to stop that momentum if it does go down there. 6 minutes left until the open. Oh, there's CGC. CGC trying to coil off the bottom. It was one that took quite a big rip up here towards the $12. It had news that they were reporting, was it earnings or what was it? CGC. Press releases. Canopy Growth to report fourth quarter and fiscal year on May 30th. Okay, so in 10 days, they're going to be reporting their earnings for Canopy. And right now, it's just in a settling point. But we know recent news, cannabis was getting reclassified from a level 1 to a level 3. So it's going to find more use and less restriction. So that may be a play if you're into cannabis or whatnot like that. But yeah, we'll see. All right, popping down off of that 9 back towards the 8. We still don't know where this ATR is going to be. Now, if this top ends up being above the ATR, that's going to be a hard push to get back to that top of the $9. But we'll see. Bottom of this 15-minute candle is right at the point of control, 781. With 4 minutes left until the open. A lot of pressure coming up on that 9 again. So kind of a double top motion. Um, Tried it twice, but we'll see where this one closes. Getting down through that point of control. And actually looking like this $8 level is forming some type of resistance. So we'll see how it reacts to this $8 and if it clarifies if it's resistance or not. Right now, just kind of consolidating around it. Coming down just a little bit. Right now, nothing else is really catching my eye as far as volume goes. I mean, FFIE failed $2. Maybe it'll come back up, but we'll see what the calculations are here at the open. 20 seconds left. And there's the open. All right, there the ATR is popping out there. So ATR high up here based on the 15-minute up here at 8.54. ATR low down here at $7. So it's got quite a bit of room to figure out what it wants to do here. Popping back above the 8. And like I said, we need to see confirmation. What is this 8? Is it resistance? Is it support? And it threw a wick up there very quickly, showing that there's something that, wow, okay. Well, the picture is becoming clearer what 8 is. Right now, the ATR on this one, I thought it was going to be 50 cents. It's 63 cents in the ATR. And the next one, the next low float is OSG, which is up 22%. MMV also up here, 82%. What is it doing here? Being trash. It doesn't even look good. It's up 80 something percent, 90 something percent there though on MMV. Jumping over here to the scans, it's a new one that just popped up. Got its ATR recalculated. Let's see what it is. 11 cents on that ATR, just breaking over 10 cents. FFIE, 43 cents in ATR. CNEY, we haven't seen that one. 9 cents and it's barely clipping it. Get that off of there. And then NKGN. Let's just swing through. We looked at these catalysts. We know they're not super strong, but I just want to see what their chart patterns are looking like overall. All right, so let's jump back over to GTBP popping back up over that $8 again. Big pops and drops over that $8. So that drop down, if you would have took a second stab at it for it to break 8, you would have been caught for a 50-cent loss here because the candle hasn't closed, of course. So just kind of giving it its due, especially being in between the ATR low and high. I consider this consolidation until it makes a decision, and it's throwing wicks both ways. All right, MMV has an ATR high up here of 130. It is currently at the 120s. It is up 103%. Has tested this bottom here of the 108 twice and popping back towards this high up here. I don't know if it had any catalyst. Let me go look at catalyst. MMV. Multi-Metaverse Holdings Limited. Press releases. Okay, 48 minutes ago, Multi-Metaverse signs term sheet to acquire innovative e-commerce service provider Bo Wong AI. Okay, so let's click into that. Do they have any money talk? Founded in 2022, Bo Wong AI is an artificial intelligence company. Okay, we kind of drew that conclusion. No real money talk. It's just acquiring this company. I don't know how good Bo Wong AI is, but you know, I don't know. MMV going on down, testing that ATR low there. GTBP still struggling at the 8, big indecision. FFIE pushing up. NKGN looking trash. Take that one off. Tupperware. Wow. Looking real bearish. So we'll focus in on the bigger movers. GTBP just not making a decision just yet. GTBP is 1,000 times its normal relative volume. So a lot of eyes on it and a lot of people to get crushed either way, whether it's a squeeze or it's a dump. A lot of people to get crushed on this one. Continue to show strength towards the ATR low. So we'll see how it holds up that $7 whole dollar level, which is kind of in line with the ATR low on the 15-minute. And the way that I look at it, each of my ATRs is a little bit different per time frame. So if it can't break down the 15-minute ATR low, then I'm thinking it's becoming a little bit of a range play from this ATR up to this previous ATR high, maybe the 861s. But if it shows strength and it starts to break the 15, well, it's a whole lot more likely to break the hour, break the 4 hour, and continue to break down. Let's look at the larger time frame out here. We can see where this big pump came up to that $8 level that we were looking at. And if we look on the weekly, it is red on the weekly. It is red on the daily. Daily ATR I should have marked these out. My bad. Daily ATR, let me put these on there, because these are the most important to me. ATR high on the daily. Make that green. ATR low. It's going to be 7. Let's put $7. I'll put $7. Make that red. All right. So we shall see. And I'll actually change this. I like to round them off. Let's just do a $half level, 850 for the ATR high. And let's see what it does. So we got the ATR low down here. And the daily low and the daily high. It's tested the high, the daily high, but not really the low. So still an indecision here. A lot of shake and bake out of the open. FFIE continued to struggle to hold that $2 level. And MMV Still in consolidation as well. CGC continue to dump down. Big dumps. Let me go check on my VOD. See what you got over here. Big dumps on VOD. Still above that 972 level, so I'm not too worried. Okay. So still FFID is the leader under 5. And I'm not seeing anything new pop up here for over 5. Hymns, what is hymns? I think I remember trading this one maybe. I don't know why it's not populating the chart. Okay, there it is. Hymns up 14%. Had a ATR high around 1622. It is above the hour and it is above the 4-hour, but it is not over the daily yet. The daily ATR is 1683, which it's close to being above all ATRs. GTB back at 750. I would hate to be trading this thing and not looking at the higher time frames. I bet people are getting shaken up. Big rips from 850 down to $7. It's just so much turmoil. So much turmoil there. All right, I think I'm just gonna watch this one until it fails. GTBP, or it fails or it goes up. We don't know which way it's gonna go because everything is looking like consolidation for right now. A lot of times when I'm trading patterns like shooting stars or whatever they are, I'm looking for a trend to be coming to the end for a reversal. It's hard to trade patterns like candlestick patterns within consolidation because they really don't mean what they mean if it's a strong trend. So forming those lower highs on these candles, but continue to hold that 8 or hold around that 8 rather. So we'll see how this candle closes. Will it close in indecision above the 8? 805s, 810, something like that. Show some bullishness. There's 805s. It's got about 5 minutes left on this candle to continue to hold the 8. There's 810s, 820s. Back to 805s, back under 8. Wow. Yep, this is why we wait for candles to close. Very shaky stuff there. We got another one that popped up. I think it's halted. TANH. $1.29 up 96% with 15 million shares traded on it. TANH. Let me look at the catalyst real quick. It is relative volume 52 times the norm. It is a cheaper one though. Tantech Holdings. Good morning, Mike D. Wow, I hadn't looked at the chat in a minute. Um, Tantech Holdings last news was on April 22nd. Eh, not really recent. Okay, so BT halting up there after holding all that time at the 8, popping up to the first ATR high, which is the 15-minute, and actually it's above the 4-hour, and it's above all ATRs now. So at this point, I'm thinking it's gonna be bullish. It's gonna be bullish as long as it holds these 15 minutes ATRs. It's got about 3 minutes, so it's gonna open, and it's gonna open on a new candle. Let's look at what time trade halts. BT or GTBP halted at 9:42:15, so it should be opening up 9:47:15 in a couple minutes. MMV still in consolidation there as well. Okay. Interesting pressure on the day. Go back over to VOD. Come on, VOD. Get some buyers in there. Keep going up. Pulling down to previous ATR high of Friday, 978. We'll see if it can reclaim 975 and go on up. But everything else I'm seeing, MMV is pretty much the only other thing that's kind of looking bullish, but it doesn't have catalyst. So I'm not super interested in it. And then FFIE, huge indecision between these two candles. Hit both and just not looking too bullish. So we'll see what actually takes the cake on the day. CGC continued to dump 1036, so that one is dead. Got 10 days into earnings and is coming back towards the $10 level, which would be interesting to take a swing off $10 for May 30th report on next Thursday. So I'm going to continue to watch CGC, maybe for a swing play on the earnings. Hopefully their earnings do well. I'm probably going to size down if I do take that swing trade. I'm not about to take, 1,000 shares on earnings. No, I'm not going to get killed. May take, maybe 75 shares, 50 to 75 shares, maybe. But I'm not a real big earnings person. So because I don't have a whole lot of data, I'd rather just chill, take some smaller size. If it does go down, I don't want it to kill me. Even though all the news out is looking pretty good, it is heading down towards that 10 pretty quickly. If we look at the higher time frame on the monthly, we can see that it's already been on a nice green uptrend. But look at this from previous September. Had this pop up and dropped quite a bit off of could not hold those levels around $20. So being on a stock that has been beaten down this much, I don't know. Could give back a lot, but my line in the sand would definitely be $5. Goes under five, I'm giving up. Especially on 50 shares. If I lose $5, every dollar is $50. I don't know. Still better than 1,000 shares though. All right, but anyway, flipping back over here to GTBP, about to hit this open. 47.15. Coming up to that ATR high, had the previous level tested at the 9 flat. 15 seconds. Can it hold this 850 ATR? Woo, opened up a little low. Okay. Below that ATR high. Can it get back over it? Wow. Okay. Halted down, I think. So this is why knowing where the ATR is kind of important. Um, you just want to keep your eye on it. Once you kind of figure out the zone that it's in. Now, any of these lines, you could be like, well, the ATR was up here at 867 and the ATR was at 850. But what we're not really looking for a specific price. We're looking for a zone. And so this thing dove from the zone ATR high downward and with a lot of momentum as well. So this would be an 850 to a 750. That's a dollar loss for anybody caught in that move downwards. A dollar loss. I'm not sweating. I'm chilling. First 30 minutes is a circus. Let it play out. Because it may not even, oh, Hims is continuing up. It is a higher float, but it is definitely pushing. Move from 1624 all the way up to, so about a dollar move out for it. What was the float on Hims? Float is looking like 185 million, and it is outperforming the low floats. Let's go to profile. I think this was like men's healthcare or something like that, maybe. Hims and Hers Health Inc. operates a telehealth platform that connects consumers to licensed healthcare professionals in the United States, the United Kingdom, and internationally. So, okay. I'm not going to read all of that. It's based in San Francisco, California. Cool. What? Oh, BBC News. Okay. Yeah, so Hims is a much higher float. Some days are like that. GameStop continuing to plummet. Jump back over here to the scans real quick. TANH with the no news is still pumping up. Moved from a dollar up to $1.44. 17 million shares traded. Looking at the relative volume, the things that are given the most opportunity on Monday are these they got about 50 times relative volume. This is a cheaper stock though, so it's easier to get that 50 times. And then up here, GTB or whatever is 2,000 times the relative volume that it usually has at 22 million shares traded. OSG 22, and then below that, really nothing. So that's why I'm like, everything else is kind of dead. These two would be ones to kind of be like, okay, but OSG is just acquisition. So not too interesting. And GTBP giving that real range on the day, but also handing out some death as well. I'll throw TANH up there. MMB is also trying to make moves. All of these are over 100%. So these are our top three movers on the day. ATR of 66, ATRs of 12 cents. And all of their relative standard deviations are pretty abnormal. And market caps are definitely super low. CGC down to $10 now. So I'll watch it coming into the 30th as it gets cheaper. A lot of liquidity grabbing on these though. Let's see when this thing was supposed to open up. GTBP 947.41. So it'll be what, 952.41. So in 40 seconds it's going to be opening up here. And we're going to see the true sentiment of the $8. And it showed us kind of that $8 is becoming a little bit of resistance, but that doesn't mean it's over yet. Still a super low float. So we'll see where it opens up and what kind of action it gets. Still in consolidation to me though, because it's in between the ATR daily high and low. About to get the open here. There's the open. Down, down, down. Are you going to stop? Down to $7. That is the ATR low it is hitting. Will it pass the ATR daily low, which is at 714? It did pass 714 and actually broke down $7. So it actually almost did an engulfing candle, but this candle for an engulfing, it would have had to been like matching highs for it. So this isn't really an engulfing candle, but it is a very bearish candle, taking out multiple levels below 8 and struggling to hold 7. So it's a lot of work to get back up to these highs. Let's jump back over to MMV. Come on, MMV. MMV breaking out of ATR highs here. 133. And let's also look at TAN. TAN, big pullback. So MMV still up 125%. It's about to be the top gainer if GTBP continues to fall. And it's been the first 30 minutes. So a lot of the sentiment, the emotional sentiment is, going to be kind of slowing down. I wouldn't say it's gone. It's only been 30 minutes. People are still sitting at their computers crying, but you can start to see where the stock is actually going, GTBP pulled up a little bit, but it's got a lot of work to do to hold up this 7. Can MMV hold up? It is a cheaper stock. A lot of times I don't trade these, but I like to see how the patterns that I use and things work in these lower price levels. We can see the majority of the volume is down here between 110 and 120, about 10 cents of a lot of trading. And then the ATRs here, I just kind of like to see how it works. And a lot of times when they break the ATR and they're cheaper, they get slammed back through it. So it's one of the reasons I kind of avoid these. But we'll see on this one. All right, GTBP continuing down to 7. A lot of pressure there. And the ATR on this one is 66 cents. So if you had a profit aim of, the first profit aim is 25% of 66, what would be your aim? So let's see. We'll put in our 66 cents ATR times 25. We'll be looking for about 16 cents for that trailing stop. So if it goes up 16 cents, trail it up. Goes up 16 more, trail it up. Goes up 16 more, trail it up. Goes up 16 more, trail it up. You capture the whole 66 cents. But at this point, it's been in consolidation, so it's very hard to capture that. Even if you did buy this first test down here at $7, you need to be taking where at 766, about 760s to get that full ATR. And most people are gonna hold and hope that it goes higher. Now it did go higher, which can play on emotions even more for people to hold. And then it goes into a halt and it opens up here and slams all the way back down, and they're still holding because they didn't follow any kind of system or anything like that to actually get out. All right, breaking down the 7s, breaking down that ATR low on all charts, daily, hourly, everything. And I think that it is a very low probability that it returns to highs up there today. Very low. Let's jump back over here to MMV, jumping over the ATR high here of the 132s. So it is that, was that a halt? It is not halted. Thought it was a halt. Coming up here to this level, right at the 150s. Question is, can it hold this ATR high of the 130s? It's only 10 cents away, so not a whole lot of risk. You could risk 10 cents and be like, hey, if it drops back through that, I'm out. And GTBP continues to die. Tan through another big wick and just got destroyed back towards the ATR as well. ATR high is at right at the $1, 108 on the 15-minute. And on the daily. This is quite more alignment on these cheaper stocks. Okay, so now MMB is into a halt at $1.51. CGC broke down the 10. We're seeing broke down to 971. We're seeing a little bit of bottoming action, but still not interested. I think it can come down some more. FFIE now hitting that ATR low. And I guess we can start playing the sad song for FFIE. It's kind of needs to just consolidate for a while, let people forget about it. But Mike D was in at 59 cents, so he's still golden. Let people forget about it, wait for the next news catalyst to come out, and, you know, let it ride. Let me go check my VOD out. Okay, there we go. Popping back up there on VOD. It did reclaim the 975s, and now, you know, just let it consolidate. Hopefully it can get back above this ATR high of 983. It's at the 981, so it doesn't have 2 cents to move, and just letting that play. I'm still holding my full position on that one. Where's my account? There it is. Bam. So right now sitting with 264 in this one, and my price target that I was looking at was over 10, going towards the zone between let me look on the, okay, so I got my zones out here. So looking for a break over 1018, looking for it to begin to just grind up and get towards this 1260-ish level. Start to break above this previous consolidation if it can. But yeah, just chilling, letting it do what it's doing. Where's my, let's go back to day trade and MMV still halted. What time is this supposed to be unhalted? MMV halted at 58.30, unhalting at 10:13:30. All right, well, I pretty much seen everything I need to see today. I'm gonna keep GTBP on watch for later on this week. It may give another resurgent move, especially if it receives a little bit more catalyst. And I'm also going to be watching CGC, looking for it to go well below the 10 on today and continue to grind down. It has the earnings or the reporting on the 30th that I'll keep my eye on. Everything else, MMV and all of these, I really don't like. They got to get over 5. They got to, you know, show me some signs of life. But anyway, that is the stream for today. I'm going to go ahead and shut it down and get to some work. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the observation, the analysis, and the willingness to not lose at the open. But yeah, Mondays, the way that my stats are looking, I'm really just rarely trading on Mondays. There's got to be some real good news for me to actually take a trade on Monday because of this indecision and this emotional movement of stocks. I mean, you can lose a lot of money in here. And look at this one, but bouncing back up off of the ATR low here just a little bit, up here to 5 or 737, and then right back to the ATR low. Yeah, I like those the good movements above the ATR high that just continue to go. Just go, go, go. But anyway, that is it for me today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you're going to continue trading, definitely keep your head on a swivel. I don't know if there's any special news coming out this week like it was last week and with all the crazy meme stocks moving, but I do like the way that this week is starting off. We're seeing low floats get a little bit more of attention. The SPY isn't just absolutely ripping, it's sitting around 530s. And so attention can go elsewhere off of like the large caps and mega caps that are moving with the SPY. So hopefully we see something good. And as always, appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. Big earnings week. Mike D says big earnings week. Yeah, I'm gonna look through and see what kind of earnings are coming out this week, and for who. And I could probably chat with you in the Discord to kind of see what you're looking at. But yeah, let's get it. First day of the week, first day of the race, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.